Okay, so here we go. Trying to do a little bit extra stuff from section 3.1 in case you have any problems. The first thing is it says to make each fraction into a decimal and then use a bar to show repeating. Now this one isn't going to repeat for number 4, but the reason I chose number 4 out of the homework is the negative sign. Okay, a lot of times people forget that, so we know it's to be negative something. Now, I don't know if it's bigger or less than, or I know it's less than 1 because 3 is less than 16, so it's not a mixed number, so I know it'll be negative 0 point something. And now it's just a matter of doing 3 divided by 16. We're going to go into 30 one time, drop another 0 for 140. 140 we go into actually 8 times. 16 times 8 is 128. That gives us 120. And then that becomes an issue for us because it's got to be 7 times after that, which then gives us 106. A second here. 16 times 7, 2, 4, 112. Yeah, 112. Which gives us 80, and that's 5, which is 80. So 0 is left over. So 0.1875. But don't forget that negative to it. Okay. Now 17/18. Okay, now this one I know is going to repeat. There's a number here that works out that way. So I need to do 17 divided by 18. It doesn't go in there once, it's 0 point something. So 18 times 9, which is 2, 7, so 162. 162, which gives us 8. 18 goes into 8 4 times for 17. So I'm sorry, so we went in 9 times. And then 18 goes to, and then goes into 4 times for 72. And then we get our other 0 and up. There we go. There's our repeating. So we get 80 and 80 and 80. So it's 4, 4, da, 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 da. So this is 0.94, but make sure you just put the repeating over the 4. Okay. All right, next example to take a look at. Number 22. We're supposed to compare these two numbers. In order for us to do that, right now at least, we'll just make turn them into decimals. Later we'll have a way where we convert them to fractions and can compare the numerators, but right now we'll just do decimals. So 7 goes into 6 0 times, but it goes into 60 8 times for 56. Drop the 4. It goes into 40. It goes into that. Can't think tonight. 5 times for 35. Drop another 0 for 50. Goes into that 7 times for 49. Goes into that 1 time for 7. And you can see we got like 0.8571. We could keep going, but we'll see if we need to because we're just saving time here. And I personally know we don't because I know what 5/6 is as a decimal. So I got to divide 6 by 5. Goes in that 8 times for 48. And then that becomes 2, and we drop the 0 down, 20, and that goes in 3 times for 18. And there's our repeating for 20 again. So this is 0.8333, so on. So it's 0.8571. This is going to eventually repeat, but I'm saving time here. This one ends at 0.83333, so 6/7 is bigger than 5/6. Next thing we need to do is to order these numbers from least to greatest. Same exact idea, but I'm going to shortcut things a little bit. I know that negative 0.80 with the bar over it is negative 0.808080 on, so on and so on. I know negative 8 over 10 is negative 8000000, going on with zeros forever. And I know negative 8/9 is negative 8.88888, so on. Okay. So we got to remember that least is the one that's most negative in this case, and it's most negative with the negative 0.888888. So our least number is negative 8/9. Then the one that's most negative after that is actually negative 0.80 repeating, because that's 808080, and this is just 8,000. And then it's negative and that's negative 8/10. Okay. All right, then. Last but not least, number 29, opinion. Okay. So, in a school survey, 787 out of 1,000 students preferred hip-hop music to techno. All right. In this figure, is this figure more or less than 7/9 of those surveyed? Explain. Well, we know 787 divided by 1,000 is just going to be 0.787 because I'm going to move this decimal over 3 places. 7/9 divide 7 by 9. It goes into that 7 times for 63, and then it repeats again. So it's actually 0.7 repeating. So 7/9 is 0.7777. And the question, is it more or less than 7/9? Well, it's 0.787, so it is more. And our explanation would just be showing that we got those two fractions and decimals. Okay, so that's a little bit of 3.1. If that didn't make sense, come on in for help before after school. I'll do the best I can to make more sense for you. Thanks.